Hi, it's Colette. Welcome to my channel. This is the weekly tarot card for the week commencing Monday, the 16th of April 2018. And it is the Death or Rebirth card. In Rorig, we've got a mixture of this sort of very beautiful young woman, almost zombie-like, very, very pale with some colour, and then the skull below it. It's quite a striking card. There's like leaves and Berkana, the rune of rebirth on it as well. It's just quite a stunning card because on one side you've got beauty and then the other at the bottom you've got it almost coming out of the skull. So the Death or Rebirth card 13. What does it mean? In general, it's a major arcana card. The major arcana are the punch cards. They're the ones that sort of make our lives be shaken up or have an intense effect on them. The minor arcana ones do have an effect, but they seem to be more within our control, whereas the majors are whap. The Death or Rebirth card, though, can be a very, very good one. It doesn't mean death unless it's surrounded by a few other cards, which I would use to interpret that, but would never really say it. So on its own, we have to judge it as to what's come from behind it and what you perceive for ahead of it. Now, we've just come through a major arcana card called Temperance or Balance. And it's given a wee bit of more balance after the weeks before it, which were about trauma, ups and downs, tiredness, insecurities. And the balance was needed to bring us into some sort of plateau. And that plateau I might have wanted to last a wee bit longer because there have been really exhausting energies since the start of the year. However, the universe being what the universe is, we basically have card 13, Death or Rebirth, kicking in. So you've only had a week of balance and now we're heading towards rebirth. Now that means that lots of things will change. The universe is putting pressure on maybe outside changes and inner changes, and if you want to stay still, this card will not allow that in any way. You'll literally be sort of fighting the fates. You'll be sort of trying to push back from them, and that never really works. So go with it, embrace it and look forward to it. The Death or Rebirth card really can bring so many fresh beginnings, new starts to our lives that we look back and we can actually say, yeah, that was the week I moved forward. So anything that's to do with new beginnings, fresh starts, reinventions, maybe something coming round again that was there before and we didn't manage it. Again, lots of conceptions and births with this card as well. It really is the nitty-gritty of death and birth and rebirth, and yeah, it's just such a very, very good card. So what does it mean in career or work? This is a week where you should definitely be going for those job interviews if you want a change. And sometimes this is a card that we don't just change job with, we change outlook, we change career, and that can make it very beneficial for people who maybe want to retrain, want to, put in a college application or a uni application to start the process of that major change in their lives. If you enjoy your job, you could find that there's rebirths around it. You could maybe find that there's new friendships, new ways of doing things, maybe a department that spawns another department, and there's aspects of you being able to work with that. Think of new beginnings, seeds being sown, rebirths, and just enjoy it for what it is, which is a fresh time, a time where you can feel that you've maybe put one project to bed and you're starting a new one. If we look at health, it's an odd one because, obviously it says death on it, but it's very, very unlikely to be a physical death. I use this as, in Rorig, I actually see the skull on it. And for health, I ask people to watch out for people who look as though they're losing too much weight that necessarily there's no good reason for. You know, if someone's on a diet and they're losing weight, fair enough. But if you maybe haven't seen someone for a few weeks and they look as though they've lost weight or they're getting gaunt, it's worthwhile trying to figure out why. Is there something wrong? And if you are losing weight for no reason, it's wise to get that checked out. The other aspect that I see, I've always, with the death card, I've always associated it with hair. I think it's because, you know, like, hair is dead, but it's still growing as such. So again, this can show up differences in texture in the hair or hair growth, and with you know, lack of hair growth and sort of the deadness in the hair, it can bring out a potential for thyroid problems. And if you're getting too hairy, it can be in females polycystic ovaries. So any changes in the weight or the hair should be investigated with my version of the death or rebirth card. Relationships. If you're in a long-term relationships, fresh start. Sorry, I'm just seeing a nice wee dog being walked along there. I know I shouldn't do this, but it's so distracting. It's a wee Scotty dog. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I've not seen a wee Scottish dog, you know, with the wee beards and the wee ears. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, back to if you're in a long-term relationship. Again, this can be a time of conception. It can be a time of birth. It can be a time of fresh starts and new beginnings, maybe a new home, a new way of doing things, a new way of connecting. Yes, also it can be that relationships are rebirthed, i.e. they stop and a new one starts. So this can be the death of a relationship, to be honest, and it's quite a major card because if your relationship is in the long throes of dying, it kind of punches you in the nose and reminds you of that. It's like, don't let a relationship have too long a long goodbye, because that can be so debilitating and so awful. So make sure if you are in a relationship that's not thriving, that you allow it to die so that you can be rebirthed elsewhere. For a new relationship, if you're looking for a relationship, this is a great one. Get out there, do new things, visit new places. It's all got to be about new. It's about things you've never done before, places you've never been before, types of people you've not met before. Yeah, I really do like this for new relationships. And if you look at finances, again, it's about almost decluttering and fresh start with finances. It's spring. It's time for us maybe to spring clean and rebirth our financial things. Try and pay off some debt if you can and start fresh with the budget that you know you have. A very good card for finances as well. It's also a wonderful one if you are spiritually have felt that you've been in a plateau and you want to move forward. This can give a rebirth of connection to your guides. It can give a rebirth of connection to spirits that want to talk to us and help with mediumship. And it can also really make us connect with something new, you know, like you find that you've got a real connection with, like say you hold a crystal and you think, oh, I've not felt stuff like that, or oh, I'd like to try healing. It's a time for trying fresh new things and enjoy. So yeah, very, very, very good card for the week ahead. Unless the energies round about it are showing that emotionally there's a sense of letting go. What I would say to you is that now that the rebirth card has come out, we can possibly expect some faster cards, more stressful but upbeat stressful. Who knows? I'm hoping for that. So you only had a week's breather of balance. Now it's fresh starts. Get started on that project. you know, even look at your garden, it will show you the rebirth that's going on all round about you. If you like the way that I read the tarot, my book Tarot Novice to Pro in one book by Colette Clairvoyant is in all the Amazons and other marketplaces. And also, if you'd like to help with the channel, there's a PayPal donate button, I think on the banner somewhere. It's terrible, isn't it? I don't even know where it is, but it's there somewhere. And there you go. So I look forward to seeing you for next week's weekly tarot card and more exciting things. I've got things planned before this card come out, so it's just reflecting the new things that I wanted to do with the channel. So there we go. Many blessings now, and I hope to see you next week. Give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. And yeah, and a wee shout out to Notification Squad. That was the first time that we had Notification Squad in the previous video, and I love you all and thank you so much. And I'll be doing a wee kind of coffee where I'll be talking to you all soon. Many blessings now. Bye.